keep of everything that I do on a daily, from coaching to menus to recipes. And then I'm gonna move it to this new binder that I got to make it even more organized. Okay, here we go. So here is the planner that I have. It's called You Are a Badass because I read the book and it was amazing. And if you haven't read it before, I definitely recommend you reading it. The first page, of course, you can put your name and info. It's got pockets here, and then of course you start at August of 2020. It gives you a cool little quote, and then when you pull it to the side, you can get in the habit of doing anything that you want to do every day or every week. Just put what it is you want down. For me, I put walk, exercise, work on my blog, post on Pinterest and YouTube. And then you turn the next page and it shows the whole month of August. I put over here color coding because I have a bunch of different pins here, and I have a pin for every different thing that I put in my planner. So I have like to-dos, exercise and Beachbody, doctor's appointments, my to-dos, blog, things for my husband, things for my kids, birthdays or holidays. And then for my highlighters, blue means done and green means I moved it. Like I didn't do it, but I moved it to do it a different day. And of course, I didn't start it yet until pretty much the end of August or September. So this is kind of where I started it. And I got that sticker from the very back of the book, the planner. There's a bunch of really cool stickers that you can use throughout your planner, which I love. So I put that there because I ended my second Beachbody program. And then as you can see, I use this area for things that I'm doing during the day, like during work hours, and then things that I need to do at some point during the day. And of course, like I've color coded them so I know what's what. So here I started highlighting off the days as they were done, and I highlight the things that I've done as well. And of course, as you see at the top, there's always a cool little quote from the book. So here, this is something that I made on Excel. It's our family's bills, mainly not really expenses, but it's just something that I made, which I'll post on another video. And then here's another up-to-date on getting in the habit of more things that I like to do every day. And I color coded them as well in XM, and I kind of have it written better in October, which I'll show you here in a minute. And then of course, this is the month of September so far. And I write down, you know, doctor's appointments, days I need a blog, so on and so forth. As you go, here's the beginning of September. So I have pink here because these are my work hours at my my full-time job. So I just know that if I need to do something during that time, I'll write it in. So this week obviously hasn't started yet, but there's still things that I need to do. So like this appointment got moved to October, so that's why I highlighted it green. So here's October, and here's my updated like habit tracker. So I wrote all my daily exercises in green, and then I wrote the weekly ones in purple, and then the ones I want to do on the weekend in orange, the bi-monthly items in blue, and then the monthly items in green again. And then of course here's what my month looks like for October already. Got some appointments scheduled. And so some days you'll see that I went ahead and wrote for like 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, all the way to 8 o'clock, but I use military time just so that it's easier. And the cool thing is that this planner goes all the way through the end of next year. My last planner only went through August, and that was kind of a pain because I had to switch last month. So it also shows you a list of holidays here for 2020, 2021. It shows you the whole year in an Outlook, and for 20 and 22. And then here's some things you can utilize for planning. If there's like birthdays or something you wanted to write down. Here's some names and numbers. Not a whole lot of people use this anymore because they put in their phones, but I've used it for one so far. And then of course you got emergency numbers, your notes, and then these actually pull apart. So you can use those as little notes if you wanted to. And that's my planner. Okay. All right, guys, here is my binder that I take everywhere with me, that I do my planner, and I keep a whole bunch of stuff in it. So my last planner, it was like a bullet journal, and I actually made this because I'm tracking my weight loss so that I can kind of keep myself motivated. And I actually printed this off, which I'll actually post in my blog for you guys to use. I have all of my rewards, like when I reach them in my weight loss journey. And this is where I eventually want to be. Even if I don't get there, it's a work in progress. So I actually have this nifty little sheet. It's a 100-mile challenge start. I'm going to eventually walk 100 miles because I walk about 1.5 miles on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Here's something else I wrote that I just kind of moved from my old planner to this one. Things I'm thankful for, especially when you're down in the dumps. A list of things you need more of in your life and things you need less of in your life. And then these are just some blank pieces of paper. And then this is a business tracker that I have for one of my businesses. I just laminated it so that I could just use a dry erase marker and use it over and over again instead of printing out more sheets. Same with this one. This is just my consistency tracker for one of my businesses that I use as a health and fitness coach, so that I keep on track. Same thing, I laminated it and I mark it off. This is my vision that I have to read every day. And then of course, here's the second page of my vision tracker, also laminated. So this is a sheet that I made off my Excel. It's monthly tasks. I have a list of everything that I want to do at least once a month. And when I do it, I color it in black. Some things are already done for the year, and some, like purge clothes, not so much. So I will eventually post this on my blog as well for you to definitely get one for yourself. The next one, these are just little things that I like to have. Like I have a wish list. Like when I want to reward myself, I get either a small item or a large item. These are just savings that I have for each one of my kids, because I have a savings plan for each of them, where within 18 years, with $20 a pay period, because I get paid twice a month, you will have saved $8,640 per child. So we kind of started this a little late, but it's never too late to start saving for sure. So when I go from one child, this is the same one, I'm just kind of tracking what the balance is for each month to try to save for her, so that each child has something when they graduate. And of course, I got 3 children. Here's a list that I made of books to read and books that I've read, just to kind of keep track of that. It might be kind of silly to some, but I love seeing what I've read and like who the author was and whether it was good or not. And so some people like to know what's good and what's not, so you can refer books to friends. And then here I have what I also made as a debt snowball tracker. So I have like 4 main debts at the beginning of the year that I wanted to pay down. I have a main loan and then 2 credit cards and my car loan. The point of this is that you're wanting to pay off the first loan that has the most interest. Okay. So in March, I paid off this one loan that I had gotten last year. I was paying $63 a month for it. Okay. So once I paid off that loan, I took that monthly payment and I added it to this monthly payment. So you see, this monthly payment was only $60. So I added this monthly payment plus the normal payment on this credit card. So it basically doubles the amount every month. I was paying more than the amount needed for my car payment. It was supposed to be $347 and I was paying $500 so that I got that paid off sooner. And then here's another credit card that I have that has the least interest. So that one's the last to get paid off. But as you can tell, I finally paid off the car this year as well. Woohoo. That's 2 debts paid off this year. And now I have just 2 credit cards left. So this amount that I would normally pay on my car, I'm moving to this credit card. So both of these credit cards are going to be doubled up. That way they're going to be paid off. It's like the snowball effect, you know, you just add to it instead of having more to spend. This is kind of relates to that same thing. This just shows, you know, the debt that I want to pay off. And by the first of next year, this is my approximate balance for my credit cards. And if I pay them off with my income tax, this is about how much it'd be. And these are just kind of things in the past that, of course, went into collection and hubbies. But this is something I like to utilize when it comes to income tax, so you pay off the most important bills. Here is something that I made as well. Some people like to use like the normal checkbook to keep track of it, but this is just keeping track of our savings. So that if we put in $100 a pay period or $200 a paycheck, we're potentially getting $400 to $800 a month in savings. So we want to hit at least $5,000. This just shows how much I put in, and this just shows how much my husband puts in the balance. I've got to update my husband's side, but as you can see, here's another version of it. And as long as I stay on track, I'm bound to hit over, you know, the $5,000, which is amazing. Here I have monthly recurring charges on my 2 credit cards because I like to know what is being automatically charged to my credit card every month, so that when I do pay them off, I know how much my credit card payment is going to be monthly, even when it's paid off. So this credit card is $144 a month, and this one's $226. Of course, I could eventually, you know, cancel them or whatnot, but I like to know as well, aside from just looking at the monthly bill. This next tab is called Coach Stuff. So this is items that I made for my Beachbody coaching. I can go into depth over this a little bit later. Here's a form that I have when you get your first client for Beachbody, and then when you get your first coach for Beachbody. These are just some notes that I've taken since I've started. Some more forms that I printed off throughout the website that I like to keep in my coach tab. And then the next tab is called menus. So here I created this nifty little grocery list. So we shop at the commissary, and I like to go in order up and down each row so that by the time I'm done, I can check out and go. So you start off at produce, of course, go to condiments. This tells you what's normally in that aisle and what aisle number that is. So this is like aisle 1, 2, and this is how I grocery shop so that I'm done within like 20 minutes. And I love it. You can put how many you need here, the name, and then I highlight it as I go. I just print off a couple of those for the month. Okay. And then to the side, I have numbers. So these are each number of the month. Of course, January, February, March, and so on. And these are where I keep my menus. So these are examples of my menu that I do every week for myself. I have breakfast snack, lunch snack, dinner snack. And because I'm trying to eat around 1,200 calories a day, I'm allowed 4 red containers, which is each container is 3/4 cup. 1 orange container is 2 tablespoons. If you are familiar with the portion containers, they are all about colors just to make it easier. So these are the amounts that I am allowed to have each day. And I can go over more of that in another video, but this helps me so much. So if I skip to, let's say July, here's what I have scheduled for the day and of course the week. And then it shows me how many containers it is. If I had it, I'll check it. Or like if you go to August, I might circle it. Some aren't, some might, or I'll switch it around, but that just kind of helps me stay on track. And I print this off and I hang it on my fridge so that I can see it every morning when I wake up. This tells you the date, my current weight, my goal, and it just kind of keeps everything nice and organized. And I'll eventually have one for every week of the year so that I don't have to keep refixing them. You know, up until July of next year, I'll still be making menus. Next, I have workouts. So I like to print off a calendar or a schedule of my workouts, and then I cross them off every day. So you can see for the month of July, I only missed 2 days, which is pretty awesome. And my goal was to not have any days off, but not sure what happened this day, but this day I had surgery. So then you look at August, and here was my program for August. And I just marked out every day, and I just like to keep track of it so I know what programs I did. The next one is my blog stuff, because I also do a blog. So this is another laminated sheet I have with topics to post about. And of course, some more notes. I just have lots of notes in here. Next, I have my breakfast. So here I have breakfast, lunch, dinner, smoothies, and Shakeology. I basically put my recipes in here that are healthy for you. I have another recipe box that I keep all my recipes in that I would definitely love to show on another video. But here, like, I haven't really printed any off yet, but one I can show you is dinner. So for dinner, I have like beef fajita bowl recipe, and it tells you like the calories, the servings, the ingredients, the optional toppings, instructions, and then way at the bottom, it actually tells you how many like calories, proteins, and whatnot is in there. It also tells you in the notes like how many containers and what color. So like first serving, 1 red, 1 green, a half yellow, plus toppings, which is kind of cool for people who are really counting their containers. So then I have smoothies. Here's a smoothie recipe that I wanted to try, and I'll definitely be adding more. And then I have Shakeology. So this is a tab all about Shakeology. Like here's some more recipes for, for that. And like what's all in it, which is super healthy. You got protein, vitamins, minerals, all that lovely stuff. So that is my binder. And today I'm going to be moving it to a new lovely binder with another awesome divider. I love these dividers. I'm going to move it all over to this lovely, I used to call it a Trapper Keeper back in the day, but I love the color. I love that it's a big, it keeps everything in it. It has a stretchy area here where you can put like my planner in here. It's got a zipper right here. Okay, and then when we open it up, the zipper's over here. It just looks so big inside. I'll take this trash out. Okay, so look, obviously there's a little pocket here. Over here, we got another pocket. We can put like a phone in it. We got a zipper side over here. Those look like some little tabs. So these look like nifty little tabs because look, it also comes with a little file folder here where you can put files in it. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 files. I love this. I'm going to put everything that's in this binder that I just showed you in this binder, and I'll show you the afterworks. Okay. Okay guys, now I'm going to show you how my binder turned out after I set it all up. Here is my planner. It'll be able to fit right in here, nice and snug, so I could take it with me, which I love this. And then of course here we have our files. So the first one I have doctor's appointment stuff. The second one says my to-dos. And then there's 3 other colors. We have blue, green, and gray. I don't have anything labeled for them yet. I'm just going to wait and kind of see how things turn out. Okay. Now I went ahead and took my label maker and I labeled each one of my tabs. So I have number 1 is my daily duties, bi-weekly tasks, monthly tasks, Beachbody coach items, grocery list and menus, workout programs, blog, healthy recipes, Shakeology, and miscellaneous. So I actually combined all the healthy recipes together into one instead of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So the first one, obviously, daily duties. Here I put my weight loss tracker, my vision, my daily items that I'm going to do for my Beachbody, and then next we're going to go to bi-weekly. Here I have my savings plans for me and my kiddos. I also placed my snowball debt tracker there, my debt that I want to pay off, and then my 100-mile challenge. My third one is obviously my monthly tasks, where I put here my monthly recurring charges on my credit cards, and then of course each 3 of my kids' savings accounts that I'm going to keep track of. Number 4, I have as my coach items. I made these new sheets. We have like how to start up a client, how to start up a coach, and then like I have like ideas for rewards for completing the programs, challenge ideas for challenge programs, accountability group ideas, advertising ideas, and then of course more notes that I have went over before, things that I just started in the beginning and wanted to keep. Number 5 is going to be my grocery list and my menus. And then again, I have all 12 tabs for each month of the year. Number 6 is going to be my workout programs that I've done that I already talked about. Number 7, I put in my blog stuff. Here I put newsletter ideas. Then of course my blog items as spoke about before in the beginning of the video. Number 8 is going to be my recipes. So I'm just going to combine them all together for now. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 9 is going to be my Shakeology information. And number 10 is going to be miscellaneous. So this is where I put like my books I like to read and my wish list. And that is how I organize my planner. I hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time.